Hello, I'd like to start by thanking you for taking time out of your day to watch this short video. I can't stress enough the importance that we, the committee, place on the quality of education provided in our schools. And it's because we want you and your children and everyone working in the education system to be clear about our priorities and our commitments as we aspire to excellence across the whole of education, that we created our education strategy. But as we approach half term, I want to take this opportunity to update you on a topic that is never far from the news and is of relevance to most parents, carers and students, and that is implementing the reorganisation of secondary and post-16 education as agreed by the states in September 2021. I've become increasingly concerned that far too much of the political and public discussion on the implementation of the new model for secondary and post-16 has focused on buildings. I don't deny the importance of having a modern, fit-for-purpose education estate, but a narrow focus on buildings ignores the substantial and highly significant changes being introduced across the secondary and post-16 phase of education. The negative and disproportionate focus on building delays and a desire to revisit the whole reorganisation just because we've taken the necessary decision to change our construction partner ignores the huge amount of very positive progress being made on the much wider elements of the implementation of plans. Things that arguably matter far more than the bricks and mortar when trying to deliver sustainable change and improvements to our education system. My letter to you provides a succinct update on some of the key areas where we're driving forward and implementing change for the benefit of young people now and in the future, all of which align with our education strategy and its aims for continuous improvement. But this video allows me to give an extra layer of detail to you, firstly around our secondary school partnership. The Secondary School Partnership, the SSP, brings together and supports our secondary schools and the Sixth Form Centre. This integrated 11 to 18 partnership, under the leadership of the Executive Principal and our secondary school principals, is key to delivering long-term improvements in this phase of education. By working together, the partnership can share best practice, skills, expertise and operational experience to ensure that there is consistency across the schools when it comes to things like the quality of the curriculum, GCSE option choices, the breadth and depth of extracurricular activities, and the standards of behaviour expected of our students. But we don't want our schools to be clones of each other, and while there must be some consistency in some areas, one of the many advantages of the partnership is that it allows each school to maintain its own unique culture and identity, making each school a learning environment our students can be proud to be part of and a hub for the local community. The implementation of new staffing structures right across the partnership is an essential piece of work which underpins efforts to improve educational outcomes and to ensure consistency of provision across all secondary schools as they support our young people towards exams in Year 11 and then with their post-16 progression. The new staffing structures across the soon-to-be 311 to 16 schools and the separate Sixth Form Centre are not simply moving chess pieces around the board. They have been carefully designed by the partnership's executive leadership team, with staff and with national and local union representatives invited to provide feedback during an extensive period of consultation. The executive leadership team listened carefully and responded to the feedback provided from school staff and their representatives over the past 5 months. And as a result, we have been able to create new roles to provide additional pastoral support for students and to reduce the administrative burden on teaching staff so that they can focus on curriculum development and lesson delivery, making the very best use of their skills for the benefit of our students. Importantly, rolling out these new staffing structures, a process which is now well underway, will also give our staff certainty over their future roles, a position we have not been in for almost a decade. This much needed stability will also provide greater certainty when we are recruiting new staff to teach within the partnership. We're a small jurisdiction, competing on an international stage for skilled and dedicated teaching professionals, including some of our own talent that we want to encourage back to the island to teach once they've qualified. For those of you who are not yet familiar with it, the Guernsey Institute, often referred to as the TGI, is a collective name for the Integrated College of Further Education, GTA University Centre and Institute of Health and Social Care Studies. At the moment, the Guernsey Institute continues to operate from several locations and in many instances from facilities that are not fit for purpose. We have already moved some of our students into temporary accommodation on the Coutances campus so that we can commence the building works at Les Osway, which will provide TGI with its much-needed permanent home on that campus. But just like the secondary school partnership, the Guernsey Institute is bigger than the buildings it operates from, and it is not standing still. The TGI now has an integrated leadership structure and already enjoys significant cross-organisation working. Co-locating the Guernsey Institute with the Secondary School Partnership's new sixth form centre on the post-16 campus will solidify the campus's status as a centre of ambition and aspiration for all learners who continue their studies beyond age 16 or return to studies at a later stage. The campus is the final piece of the jigsaw in the creation of a true all-ability and inclusive education system for Guernsey and Alderney. The committee and its staff have begun crucial work on the creation of a new 11 to 16 school on the current grammar school site. This will see Lamar Carteret High School and the Guernsey Grammar School merge to give all students and staff a school with a shared culture, a new identity, and a new sense of belonging within the partnership. In recent months, senior staff have been reviewing options on how best to deliver improvements on this site, and will be creating a student and staff-led new school design team to help deliver this work further. The committee was delighted to have been able to offer the staff and students in those schools the chance to decide the name of the new school, and we announced this earlier this week, and their choice, Les Varentes High School. The new school design team will now push on with other activities that will help ensure a successful merger for both staff and students. And we know that there are opportunities for the schools to undertake activities jointly, which will increase over the next 18 months before the physical merger in September 2025. I know the terms digital transformation or the digital roadmap have been used in connection with our education system for quite some time. I prefer the use of the term transformation because this is not just about better connectivity in our schools and modern devices for students and staff to use. It is about using technology to change the way our lessons are taught, and it's about equipping our young people for the world of work where using technology, including AI, will become second nature. So it's not just rolling out new devices, and that wouldn't be enough. We'll be rolling out digital training and development program for staff so that they can embed the use of technology into their day-to-day teaching, no matter what the subject. But I recognise that this transformation starts with having reliable connectivity, and I'm pleased to confirm that the work began in 2022 to upgrade the networks through a scheduled programme of activity across all schools. I updated you before Christmas with that the States of Guernsey had to withdraw from using the previous contractor for building the post-16 campus at Les Osway. Since then, the committee has been engaging with construction firms of the required size and experience to work on this project, be they in Guernsey, Jersey or the UK. Those discussions have resulted in a number of options that are currently being pursued, and we expect to be able shortly to outline our plans to move towards appointing a new contractor to deliver the campus. We've been massively frustrated by this delay, and I stand by the decision to call time on the relationship with our previous construction partner, as to do otherwise would have been to expose the states, and by extension all of us as taxpayers, to undue risk. Although it exists in the background, the education law is an essential part of the system, and we have let you know previously that the current law is not fit for purpose and is very outdated, having been in force since 1970. You may have seen some animations on social media about this, and we're currently seeking feedback on several areas that the new law will deal with. If you've not done so already, please may I encourage you to complete an online questionnaire so that we can hear your views on these important aspects of the new law, which you can find by visiting gov.gg/yourviews. I said in a media release recently that we need to start talking up our education system instead of constantly talking it down. Is everything in our system rosy? No. There are many areas where we're pulling out all the stops to make improvements. We're open and honest with you about that. But is the system improving? Yes. Are good things happening? Yes. In many more areas than I can mention here today. I encourage you to hold us to account against our education strategy, but I also urge you to start to celebrate the success and good work that is already taking place. Because positivity is just as infectious as negativity, and as parents and carers, we know this instinctively, and we owe it to our kids to support them. I can say, hand on heart, that there is momentum building, there is traction, and there's an energy around education that I've not experienced before. I hope you and your children can feel it too, and that you'll join me in spreading a little bit of positivity about our education system, where great things are happening every day. Thanks so much for watching, and have a really relaxing half term.